What if someone offered you a stronger body, faster reflexes, perfect balance, no pain, and the endurance of an athlete? Would you take it? Most of us will probably say yes, but here's the question. What happens after you do? Once survival becomes optional in this first world Western class that I live in and a lot of you live in, improvement becomes an expectation. And in that shift, the body we have isn't just repaired anymore, it's redefined. Today we're going to explore this creepy notion of improving our bodies with technology. If you find this stuff interesting, come along, won't be long.
Welcome to the insides of my logbook while doing a PhD in AI. I'm hoping that you think, I hadn't thought about it like that. In 2024, Nature Medicine reported a study where a bionic leg controlled via neural interfaces let amputees walk naturally on uneven ground and stairs. Users achieved walking speeds that were substantially faster than any other prosthetic on the market. ETH in Zurich designed neuroprosthetics that send bio-inspired signals to the brain that it actually understands. The limb doesn't just move, it almost feels embodied. So these aren't necessarily just repairs. They're borderline upgrades that tend to outperform biology. A prosthetic dances on the line of no longer being a replacement, it becomes an evolution. Historically, medicine aimed to restore function, walking again, holding again, and existing in the world where people need, the world becomes easier when you have all four limbs. But what happens when this device can outperform this body? The purpose shifts from healing to enhancing, and then the benchmark moves. The normal body becomes the unimproved body. What was optional yesterday becomes expected tomorrow. And slowly, survival turns into this notion of self-optimization. It's a little bit icky. So it begs the bigger question here, and that is, what do we lose when we enhance to this superhuman level? There are three things. The first is limitation. And limitation used to define meaning. We could only run 100 meters this fast. And running mattered because it hurt. There was something painful about it. Rest mattered because we were tired. If this movement becomes effortless, does the achievement of doing the thing still hold? Empathy, the second one. Pain connects us. It teaches us compassion. Shared fragility creates understanding. If no one breaks, do we still know how to care for people that have broken? That's a metaphor. I'm not talking about broken legs and stuff, but still. And the final thing is identity. Our bodies hold stories, scars, age, effort. Why does this stupid medal from running a marathon matter? Replaceable parts rewrite those stories. If I can swap my body at will or upgrade my arm to this one, who exactly am I keeping? Who's Bianca? When being human equals being upgraded at a whim, the ordinary self starts to look like a little bit of a flaw. But there's hope here. The same tech that is challenging us also shows us what we value. Progress invites us to ask, not just, can we do that? But why should we do that? Maybe the goal isn't perfection, but presence. Not domination, but dignity. Not competition, but care. When we ask how we want to live, and the answer is not just to avoid dying, we reclaim what matters. So, if we take a look at what's going to happen in the future, in the next decade, neural interfaces, sensory prosthesis, even gene edits will feel routine. People may choose to upgrade, not from a position of needing it, but from a position of desire. The real question won't be, can you upgrade your body? It'll be, will you upgrade your body? Because the technology can save your life, but only you can decide what type of life is worth saving. Because you have to live with it. Imagine I could just turn on tennis arm and then now my arm is a tennis racket. So what happens when these enhanced bodies become the new norm? Will the unenhanced feel obsolete? Could inequality move from money to biology? What about consent? Are we upgrading by choice or by pressure? When everyone expects this notion of optimization, is no still a choice? What about memory, aging, and fragility? Bodies, they age for a reason. They mark time, history, and connection. If we erase this notion of decay in our lives, are we also erasing some sort of meaning? Maybe the story of the body, the limits actually make up that story. And I personally think that story is worth keeping. If we have to keep substituting for a new and a better thing, what does that do? Because maybe the future of being a human is not about living longer and stronger. It's about living wisely now. Never really thought about it like that. Sleep nicely, guys.